This is the iMax X100 LiPo charger. The thing that differs this from normal LiPo chargers is it's got a touchscreen and it's extremely cheap. I saw this come up for sale on the HobbyKing daily email that I get, and when it said $59.99, sorry, I thought that is a bargain. I mean, it worked out about £40 delivered. So I wasn't expecting a lot, but I bought two just for the hell of it, just to see what they're like. So this is what you get. Here's the box. Charger's in the middle, nice see-through piece. It says 94% efficiency. I think that might be a little bit of a lie. 8 amps maximum current and 100 watts power. This particular charger you can plug straight into the mains, 240 volts or 110. Here's the charger itself. It comes with, in the box, the charge lead here with an XT60 connector, which I've got plugged into a battery here. A little manual. Don't really need it. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory how the thing works, but the manual is actually really good for the price. It's pretty good English as well. You also get a 12 volt charging lead. No standard barrel connector as you see on some of the cheap chargers. It's got this. It's sort of a mini. This the kind of connector you see on the back of a recovery truck, sort of a mini version. I haven't really seen them before. I'm sure lots of other people have. And some crocodile clips on the end. And you also get, which you don't really need, a stylus, just for using a touchscreen, in case you've got sausage fingers. Now mine aren't that bad, so I don't really need that. Anyway, when you start it up, this is the screen you're greeted with. It's really, really easy to use. Hit the type button, select LiPo, lithium ion, LiFe, nickel metal hydride, nickel cadmium or PV. So we're going to go LiPo. The cells screen, literally pick a number of cells. Just you can either slide with the slider or you can use the little arrow buttons. Okay. And then we've got mode. So for LiPos you can balance, storage charge, discharge, standard charge, non-balance that is, fast charge, and there's also a LiPo checker function which will check your cells are healthy. So we're going to go balance. And then you set the current. Again, sliders, so our charge current can go from 0.1 amps, 100 milliamps, all the way up to 8 amps. You can drag the slider or you can use the left and right arrows. And same with the discharge current, so we can go from 0.1 all the way up to 3 amps. So we okay that. You've also got the ability to save and load specific settings. So if I hit load, I've saved a few here. That's not the clearest thing in the world and you can't give them labels, but here's a 3 cell 8 amp charge, 2 cell 1 amp, 4 cell 8 amp, 3 cell 2 amp and a 6 cell 8 amp, which is for this battery I've got sat here. This is a 8000 milliamp 6 cell. So it's just to prove that this little tiny charger can at least charge a big battery like this and hopefully do it within an hour. So I'm going to choose 6 cell. To save a setting, it's really easy. Once you've configured everything using the type, mode, current and cells buttons, or areas, or options, you just push the save button and then pick one of these coloured squares so I can save back over the top of that one. We've also got some user options. We've got cut off for low voltage, so you can protect your cells. Also, I think this is the input voltage actually. Yeah, so this is the cut off. So if you're running off of a 12 volt battery, say on your car, you can tell it to shut down if the battery goes flat. I don't know what some of these things mean, like LIXX check time. God knows. I'm guessing that's something to do. Oh, that'll be maybe lithium ion check time. Maybe read the manual for some of these. But the important stuff is cut off capacity, cut off temperatures, so that's the internal temperature of the charger. Cut off time, so that's the max amount of time it'll actually charge a battery for. What else have we got? The backlight level, obviously how bright the screen is, and then the buzzer, so enable the warning beep. And then there's some language options, but sadly only English is the only option. And I have to select it, I can't get back. Right, so if I go back to the main screen now, so we've set for LiPo balance, 6 cells, 8 amp charge. Simply hit start, and off it goes. You'll notice the fan is quite loud. and that's because there's only one single MOSFET controlling the power output on this, and it's got a bloody big heatsink attached to it and a tiny little fan. But the temperature holds pretty good. I've been charging these big batteries and it rarely goes over 50 degrees. You can see at 6 volts, sorry, at 6 cell, at 24 odd volts, it's struggling to get over the 4 amp mark for charging. See, if this was a 3 cell or 4 cell, we'd be showing around 8 amps charge, but it will struggle at this kind of voltage. So what else can I say? Oh, I've charged some smaller batteries with this charger, as in low capacity ones, 1000 milliamp, and I have noticed if you try and bump up the current too high for a smaller battery, the output voltage becomes too high, and then the actual charger will warn you and shut down. I'm not sure why that happens, but a lot of people have had the same complaint. So when you're charging smaller batteries, if I stop, what I've been doing is, for example, on my Fat Sharks, I've got a 1000 milliamp 2 cell. I'm just charging at 1 amp and it never complains. I did set that to 8 amps because the battery was happy for me to charge at 10C. It just kept throwing a warning. As soon as it got up to about 6 amps of input charge, it would just overvolt. Same with my 2200 3 cells. When charging 8 amps, it was throwing an error. So that might be a bit of a pain for some people. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.